What's going on, YouTube? Glad to be here, and I am bringing you our draft format for the EMBA. I probably should have mentioned that I'm in the EMBA. Yeah, that's a thing that's happening now. I figured it's been long enough. I should get back in the game. Let's jump off this hiatus. Let's get back into the league scene, and let's start off good. Oh, that would imply that I can draft. So, let's jump right into this. Basically, the rules were, you know, standard. You get 1 Mega. 1 Z move. This league's changing it up. You do not have to mega first turn, and we are designated specific points, GBA style draft, you know, but it's not exactly GBA points, more MPL style. Anyway, so we're gonna jump right into this. Pick number 1. We had 13 out of 16. We were number 13 and got Mega Kangaskhan. Not sure how to feel about that. I haven't played this game in like 6 months, so I'm hoping Mega Kang's still good. Oh, wait, I meant Mega Mom. So, picked up Mega Mom. Mega Mom's always been a big threat. Mega Mom's got fun stuff like Sucker Punch. It's got clericy stuff like Wish. It's got stupid stuff like Seismic Toss, which is irrelevant because Seismic Toss is banned, as it should be. So, anyone who's not familiar with Mega Mom, Parental Bond makes things hit twice. However, the second hit only deals 1/4 of the damage, which is perfectly fine. It allows Kangaskhan to take out things like Ferrothorn, like Fortress, like anything sturdy. It does not matter. We can break a sub and still hit the opponent. It's perfectly fine, and Power Punch does give ×2. So, I'm okay with that. You should all be okay with that. And Mega Ball's special attack isn't that bad. Yes, 60's bad, but for a mon that hits twice, 60's not terrible, especially when you think about things like Fire Blast, Thunder, well, Surf, because Mega Mom doesn't get High Jump Home. Which, you know, that wouldn't make any sense. But I feel like there's really no reason to delve into this one. It's Mega Mom. Next, we picked up Grizzlebrand the Necrozma, because I love Necrozma. I don't even care that it's just not as overwhelming as it used to be. Necrozma does some stupid stuff. First of all, yeah, great special attack, low speed, shoddy special defense. Defense and attack are pretty average, and HP is pretty average. But that special attack is really nice, especially combined with things like Calm Mind. When combined with things like Rock Polish, you want to be that guy, you can bring Stealth Rocks. You want to be that guy, you can bring Swords Dance. Swords Dance Necrozma is real. It has so much versatility. In my mind, this mod is still extremely viable, whether it is or not. Even physical Necrozma is pretty brutal. It still gets Earthquake, it gets Facade if you're scared of that Will-O-Wisp, it gets Knockoff, it gets Iron Head. You can cut your speed down, give it a Gyro Ball. It gets Outrage. Why does it get Outrage? I don't even see a reason that needs to exist. Rock Blast. Further questions are raised there. Stone Edge, X Scissor, and Question Mark. It does absolutely get Question Mark. I don't know what that is. Special-wise, we are looking at this kind of spectrum. Earth Power, Dragon Pulse if you want it, Flash Cannon if you want it. It's got Heat Wave. It has a lot of things that really don't need to be here. Photon Geyser kind of needs to be here. It's a weird move, but I could see it working. It could be a lot of fun. Prismatic Laser does skip your move, but unlike Hyper Beam and the equivalent, it does have 100% accuracy, which is nice. Psyshock is always a must in League format. Signal Beam just as well as good, and if you want to combine Calm Mind and Rock Polish with that nice Store Power, you can do that. It's dumb. Necrozma's dumb. That's why he's one of our Z-Mons. Moving on from there. This is where I was very confident. My first pick, my second pick. Third pick, downward. Is where I panicked. Because I'm thinking like, wow, a lot of people are grabbing up like the Fairy Dragon Steel Core pretty quick. I should probably get on that. And then I realized, well, I'm the kind of guy who likes to have at least one of his 2 cores done in the first 2 picks. Realized I didn't. And I was like, I don't have any of my Firewater Grass Core. I don't have any of my Fairy Dragon Steel. People are grabbing all these, like electric types are flying off. Everything's going. And we had a timer in place, which I was about to miss, so I panicked and picked up Gargamon. Gargamon the Azumarill, which didn't need to be here. It's not that I regret the pick so much as I could have done better. I could have done way better third pick on my draft. I mean, don't get me wrong, Thick Fat's nice. Huge Power's nice. Sap Sipper is nice. Just, Huge Power's very nice. But we're going to make the best of this. Obviously, Azumarill is our second Zmon because it has Belly Drum. And it has a lot of really fun things like Whirlpool, like Perish Song. I don't know what else it gets because I'm so very used to just full offensive Azu. I'm going to try to stray away from that set because I feel like if you've seen Azu, you expect it to be Belly Drum, you expect it to be Banded, not much else. I love Perish Trapping. It is one of my all-time favorite strategies, and it's something I try to do whenever possible. And 9 out of 10 times, I will die. It will get me killed, and that's almost a guarantee for that to happen this season. So I figure, okay, worst case scenario, we have a water type, we have a fairy type, let's move on from there. I'm realizing I have like one rocker, and no way to get rid of hazards. All the great hazard removal is basically gone by this point, except for Crashman, which I have no idea how he lasted this long in a 16-man draft. But there's going to be more of that, trust me. So Crashman got picked up, our fourth Mon, that I'm not even going to do the math. Way too long for extra to be sitting on the table. But obviously, anyone who knows Pokemons knows Excas. We got the Rapid Spin. We got the Stealth Rock. We got the Sand Rush. We got the Mold Breaker. We got the Swords Dance. We got the Substitute. He basically speaks for himself. Sand Rush makes this thing disgusting when you combine it with Swords Dance, Earthquake, Iron Head, bam, you're done. If you can pull that off, then it's going to be hard to lose unless you go about it in a dumb way. But Exegol is one of those mons that really speaks for himself. I feel like he balances out Azumarill surprisingly well as well. Yeah, well. Mainly because, you know, Fairy Steel and Grass Water. Not grass, wow, Ground Water. Grass is still going to hurt because we don't have anything for grass yet. But honestly, grass is a pretty battle offensive type as it is. So, not super worried about it. Much like ice types, grass drops you virtually anything depending on the mon. Unless you're like a Mega Venusaur, then you just don't care. So, past Crashman, we went into Corey Hart. Get it? Because he wears his sunglasses at night. Flygon got a really nice piece of tech not so recently you should all know about. He finally got Dragon Dance. What? No. Oh my god. There it is. Which has been a big factor of why I started picking Flygon up. Not as begrudgingly as I used to. Somehow I always get stuck with this thing on my roster, and I'm always really upset by it. But having Dragon Dance is really going to change things up. Flygon does get fun things like U-Turn. We do finally have some pivot. Does the Crossbow get any pivot? Do you get pivot, Midget? Okay, we do finally have some pivot on the team. Because Flygon just be like that. The stats are very well rounded. 80 is not necessarily a great number. However, 80 also means if we need to go that Dark Horse spec set, we can do that with things like, I don't know why I was going for Surf. We can go for things like Draco Meteor. We can go for Earth Power. We can go for Fire Blast. We can go for Boom Burst. Why do you get Boom Burst? When did that happen? It's been Giga Drain. Why? Flygon has access to these things, and it could be a lot of fun. Signal Beam and Silver Wing makes sense. You should be a bug type. Solar Beam is weird. But either way, Flygon's on the team. He does give us a ground immunity, which is nice. Finishes off with Fairy Dragon Steel Core. Unfortunately, Grass still kind of hurts us because we have a Ground Dragon and a Ground Steel and a Water Fairy. But again, not super worried about Grass types. That being said, Azumarill cancels out the Ice type. Azumarill cancels out the Fighting type. It's a Fairy Dragon Steel Core. It's what they're doing what they're supposed to do. Flygon and Azumarill both cancel out that fire typing, or fire weakness. But we're going to move on from there. We have ACL. Dr. V, shoutouts to you, my dude. It had to happen. Victini, I'm going to... If you have an answer for why Victini lasted till round 6 in a 16-man draft, please leave it in the comments. Because I'm very curious, but also very thankful that I got a fire type this good. This late in the draft, considering I got sniped. I'm not even exaggerating. I got sniped 7 times between my second and third pick. And I will never forgive who picked up Infernape because I lost my Infernape and my Celebi, and it hurt me. It hurt me. No Little Red Rocket for me. No the Doctor. But anyway, we are coming to Victini now, who can also pivot, who also has very well-rounded stats, who has this ability that raises accuracy by 10%, which is actually really useful because Victini has moves that I can't remember right now, like Bolt Strike, which raises to 95%. That's false. I'm making that one up. I'm not going to do the math. It raises it by 10%. Flare Blitz, Bolt Strike, Infusion Bolt. If you want to be that guy, you can Power Up Punch. Victini is a lot of fun. V-Create is the one that... Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It's also got some really fun stuff to handle things like Garchomp, Zygarde, and Flygon, which we don't need to worry about because we have Flygon. With Glaciate, probably not going to OHKO him. I'm seeing how bulky Zygarde and Garchomp are. Not going to KO, but it is going to deal some heavy damage. If they have any chip, we can use that to take them out. Another reason I was like, you know what, Victini's pretty cool. I'll pick up Victini. Fusion Flare is really nice. It's a lot of fun. You know, I'm not familiar with Victini. I've used it one time ever, and it was an okay time. So I would like to get more comfortable with it. Just for the future, you know. Victini is a really good mon. Magikarp's good. Psychup's good. Especially considering most mons that get Psychup are considerably slow. Victini is an average speed tier, so it's not bad. Skill Swap could be a lot of fun. T-Wave is fun. This is our second Trick Room mon, which is a plus. Big plus. Will-O-Wisp is always good as well. Yeah. Victini is a Victini. ACL coming to the team. We're going to go on to number 7, which is going to be Botamo. Yeah, don't say it. Don't, because I know. I know Blissey and Chansey are horrible for this format. Absolutely terrible. If I'm playing someone with a Blissey or a Chansey, I am bringing setup specifically for them. And I've seen it happen. Because someone brought a Blissey or a Chansey they got set up on, and then they instantly lost. It's a very high possibility. It's happened to me. I've seen it happen to a bunch of other people. But I really needed a dedicated special wall. Because I noticed around this time, all the tanky mons were really getting sniped out. I think there was one straight round where almost everyone picked a bulky water type. Mine's not bulky. I can get a bulky water type. I didn't get one of your fancy Vaporeons or Melodixes. No, I got Blissey. I got Botamo. I love Botamo. He's stupid. But Blissey does her usual cleric stuff. We have Wish. We have Protect. We have Seismic Toss. And we have Toxic. Things about Blissey that are usually overlooked are, instead of Natural Cure, you could go Serene Grace. Speed is very low. However, that special attack is still low, but not low enough so that a Charge Beam can't help you out a little bit. And it's normal type, so you know it's got a lot of fun stuff like Fire Blast. Do you get Surf? You don't get Surf. What water attacks do you get? You get Water Pulse. Don't give Blissey a water attack then. It's not good. I have brought charging Blissey before. It's actually a lot of fun. You get Ice Beam, Fire Blast, Charge Beam, and basically just whatever you can fit in past that point. If you need the extra damage, you can go Blizzard, you can go Dazzling Gleam, because fighting types are going to just straight wreck a Blissey. Focus Blast, if need be. But yeah, Blissey can be offensive. It's going to take some playing around, and you got to really know who you're up against in order to pull something like that off. I could not do it, but I still had fun. And it's probably something that I'm going to attempt in the future. But yeah, Blissey's mainly just here to be a cleric. It's here to do cleric-y stuff. I don't want to have to bring Mega Mom to Wish Pass. I really would like to avoid that. It could have such a better role. It's fun every now and again to just throw some off, but Mega Mom's not supposed to be a cleric. Blissey is supposed to be a cleric. Onward and upward. Literally to our flying type Mandy Buzz. This is Pebbles. I had a really hard time thinking of a name, so I was like, oh, the Flintstones. That little baby with the bone bow. She kind of got a bone bow. Look at that. Yeah. Anyone who's familiar with Mandy Buzz knows what Mandy Buzz does. Roost. We got Foul Play. We got Defog. Everything gets toxic. I need to stop pointing that out. But this thing is just so bulky. 110 HP, 105 defense, 95 special defense. And with that 80 speed, it's not even slow for what it is. Mandy Buzz is a very useful mon. It has access to things like Brave Bird. What is... Your attack stat is pretty bad. Do you have anything to help that out? Because that could be a lot of fun. Embargo is... I don't even know why I pointed that. Embargo is not very good. Meanlet can be used if you're in a tank-on-tank situation. You have the one with Toxic. You probably both do, but you have Roost too. Oh, wait. You do have U-Turn. That's another pivot on our team, which is a big plus. I love pivots. Pivots are 100% necessary for this format. Mandy Buzz, you get Tailwind. Tailwind's really useful. Especially for this team, if you haven't noticed, everything is just so slow. So far, everything is so slow. But, you see Mandy Buzz, you basically know what it's going to do already. We're going to try to find a way to make that not happen. Hell, I might even bring physically defensive Snarl and Mandy Buzz. Who knows? Or especially might make more sense. So, right before getting to my pick, I got sniped out of Frostlass. Frostlass got picked up. And I was like, how? How did I get sniped out of a Frostlass? Which really sucks because I needed A, a Ghost, B, a really fast Mon, and C, an Ice type. So, by this point, I stopped panicking and started planning a little better. I figure, you know, if I'm going to make this draft count, if I'm going to make this draft into anything useful, I need to budget my points better. Because everything I picked so far has been at least 10. I think, no, Flygon was 9. Everything above it was at least like 12, I think. So around here I had about 16 points left. With 4 slots left. So we picked Kickapoo, the Articuno. And I'm running my draft by my friends just to be like, hey guys, like I got this. Like, what do you think? What do you think I need? And as anyone who doesn't know how I feel about Articuno, as soon as I put it in the chat, one of my friends responds with, I thought Articuno was comp trash. I said, yeah, Articuno is pretty trashy. So, I'm going to try to do everything I can to prove myself wrong. Because Articuno can be good. It's possible. It is possible. I'm honestly biased. I don't like quad weaknesses in the draft format. Yeah, I know. I picked up Flygon like round 4. I still don't like quad weaks. Which makes picking up flying types really difficult. But we do have our Ice type. Articuno is slow, but it could be slower. That special defense is very nice. The HP is kind of solid, and the defense is you know, it's okay. But we're also looking at the special attack, as well as things like Ice Beam, things like Hurricane. Articuno also gets U-turn, so we are building up a nice, a nice selection of pivot mons. Does get Defog as well as Mandibuzz, which is kind of redundant, I know, but Articuno is going to be more of the offensive role, as Mandibuzz is going to be more of a defensive role. And if I want to be that guy, do you even get Calm Mind? You don't get Calm Mind. Do you get anything that could be useful to me aside from... Oh, Articuno is our third and final Z-Mon, just so we can set up Z Rain Dance and go in blasting all kinds of Ice Beams, Hurricanes, and, well, Water Pulse. Because if you got Rain up, why not? But it does have access to Aurora Veil, which is going to come into play eventually. We'll get there. Heal Bell. We have a Heal Bell Mon who isn't Blissey, which is nice because if there's a point we don't need to bring Blissey, Articuno can kind of back up Spadef. If we do have Rain up, Fire's not going to be an issue, and Heal Bell can help to protect everyone. It does not get Wish, but it gets Roost, and it gets Roar. Look at his little face. Look at his little face. How's he roaring out of that little beak? I don't know. You get Sandstorm, and I don't know why. I guess it just blows the... Get off my screen. I guess it just blows the sand up. Tailwind, again, is really useful, as well as Whirlwind can. It's the same thing as Roar. But, Articuno is here to be Articuno. It is... Oh, man, I gotta bring Sheer Cold. If it wasn't banned. But, yeah. Articuno is here to make itself fast, and all in all, just be annoying. And that 85 base attack, it's not ideal, but we can work with that, considering it does get some pretty nice moves. Like, no one's gonna Will-O-Wisp Articuno. It gets access to things like Ice Shard. Again, it does get U-turn. It does get... Well, I just saw it. Avalanche isn't terrible. Just so... Oh, it gets Pluck in case we're trying to scout for berries. But yeah, Articuno... Oh, it also gets Question Mark. Not even bad. But I'm going to do my very best to prove myself wrong about Articuno. I really think it can put in the work if used properly, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. Our Electric type, I knew, like, getting an Electric type was not top priority for me. I do almost all of my battles in low tiers. So, all in all, I prefer lower tier mons. It's what I'm used to, it's what I'm comfortable with. Like, I almost picked up Arbok. No regrets, I love Arbok. Coil is really good. But we grabbed up Chidori. Manectric is a mon I'm extremely comfortable with. Especially low tier electric types. I just realized that. Manectric, Electivire, Raichu. I would rather have any of those than, like, a Raikou. And honestly, I've been out of this game so long, I didn't even know Zeraora even was a thing. So it got picked up, and I'm like, pretty sure that's not real, bro. It's real. It's real, it's dangerous, and I wish I had grabbed it. But Manectric is here. It is so far our fastest mon by a lot. I mean, honestly, by like 5 base points over Megamon, but still. Chidori is going to be really useful with that nice Lightning Rod ability. It does give us another electric immunity after Flygon, and Excadrill, so it puts us up to 3 electric immunities. There really isn't a reason to bring Static unless we bring a Fizz Def Manectric, and come on. Come on, who's going to do that? I'll do that eventually. But Manectric is another one of the mons where it's really what you see is what you get. 105 base special attack, 105 base speed. So we're really going to be going for things like Flamethrower, like Thunderbolt, like a Volt Switch again to add to our pivot. We're going to have to use like Hidden Power Ice. I'm not even like typing the full words in. I'm just I'm just typing as I go. I don't know if it really gets much else past those. Let's take a trip down memory lane real quick. It gets Mud Slap, which is not very useful. Overheat, really useful, but I'd still prefer Flamethrower. Snarl can be good, but not really on this mod. Yeah, that's about it. If you want to feel cheeky, he's got 75 base attack. 155. One Howl could actually put him into a pretty decent attack range if you can get that off. In that case, Manectric becomes a very different mon. We're looking at things like Crunch, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, Iron Tail. Return, you got priority quick attack if you want it. Wild Charge. Like, it's not super viable, and I really wouldn't recommend it, but it's possible to make it physical Manectric, and kind of want to see if I can do it. Not gonna lie. We're coming up to the end here. We still have 2 months left. So, by popular request from my group, I drafted Chachi. Look at this. You know what? He did. Let's see what it looks like shiny. Let's see him shiny. There he goes. See? It's Chachi. How could you not love him? He dances. Ludicolo, honestly, a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun playing with Ludicolo on the ladder. Low tier ladder, that is. Oh, you want to set up Rain? He has Swift Swim. If you have Rain already set up, Assault Vest Ludicolo is so much fun to use, primarily because it does have that nice base 100 special defense. It's got a pretty okay attack stat and has access to Giga Train. I'm pretty sure it does get Drain Punch as well if you want to take a physical route. You combine that with things like Fake Out. All in all, Ludicolo is surprisingly decent. Being a water grass type also kind of throws people through a loop. It forces you to, if you want to take care of it fast, force you to use poison attacks, forces you to flying attacks. Not to say those aren't common, just that it's not something that's super duper prevalent over the usual weaknesses you'd see water and grass having, being fire and electric. Unfortunately, it does not resist electric completely. We still do have the water weakness. Doesn't resist fire completely because we still have the grass weakness, but it does take neutral damage from them. And with that 100 base special defense, it can be a viable switch in for certain mons. Wow, like that's not real for almost everything. But it does have a pretty nice move pool. Yeah, Energy Ball, Focus Blast, Giga Drain, Grass Knot's pretty good. Yeah, I knew it got Hyper Voice, got Ice Beam. No, Icy Wind if you're worried about speed. It's really not that bad a mon. Surf isn't terrible, but you'd rather have Hydro Pump any day of the week. Physically, I think I went over this already, but I definitely did, just not as in-depth. Fake Out's always fun. Drain Punch is always fun. It has Fire... Why do you get Fire Punch? You're a water type. It has Fire Punch in case you're having trouble with those pesky grass types. Ice Punch as well for those dragons. It gets Knockoff, which is also a must for draft format. And Seismic Toss if you're going for that stall route, because you can... Do you get Leech Seed? Well, first of all, Waterfall is good, Zen Headbutt's good, Thunder Punch is good. It does get Leech Seed, so you can absolutely run a Synthesis? Why can't I spell this word? It doesn't get... It does. You can absolutely run a Sub-Synthesis Leech Seed Toxic set. Oh Lord, you could do that. Even over Synthesis, you can run Rain Dance and Rain Dish. But all of these weathers, all of this weather utility, all this lack of defense, all this lack of speed is going to come together loosely right now. Because for our last pick, our last 4 points of the draft, we picked up Oliver. Oliver the Meowstick. What do you look like shiny? No. Primarily because it has Prankster. It has 104 base speed, and it has Infiltrator. 2 abilities I absolutely love, because Prankster is going to be super duper useful to us. Chachi has Swift Swim. Articuno has Hurricane. Excadrill has Sand Rush. You can't learn Sandstorm. You can't learn Sandstorm, but you can learn Rain Dance. So that's a plus at least. Throw a rock on there, give it Rain Dance. It'll help at least 2 of them. I really thought I could learn Sandstorm. I'm good at Mons, let me tell you. But Prankster can come in for a variety of things. You can dual screen. We can Calm Mind up. What other fun status moves do you get? Heal Bell as well. That doesn't, yeah, Magic Room doesn't count. But priority on things like Recycle, like Heal Bell, like the weather moves, like Even skill swap could be fun. Priority substitute could be a lot of fun. Priority T-Wave, Torment, Trick. I don't know why I said Torment. Oh yeah, Torment could be good with that. Our third Trick Roomer. We have 3 Trick Room mons on a very, very slow team, and I'm okay with that. Yawn is legal. It's a great way to phase enemies out if you have nothing better to do it with. And as for special attacks, I know it's kind of abysmal, but at the same time, again, Calm Mind exists. Do you get Nasty Plot? I don't think I saw it, so I don't think so. It doesn't get Nasty Plot. That's a bummer. But it's another one of those mons that can make great use of Charge Beam, can make use of Dark Pulse. Disarming Voice is not very good. Energy Ball can be useful. It's your run-of-the-mill psychic type with varied typings and Infiltrator. It can set up dual screens and Rain Dance with Prankster, which will help us out with Chachi, with Articuno. And if I want to throw Thunder or Manectric, I can do that. But that's going to be the draft. Yeah. Week 1 is actually happening right now. I know I'm coming to this a little late. I had like 4 other videos to record, so I'm just processing all of them as we go. But, whew, that is going to do it for me. We are having our Week 1 battle in a couple days. Uploads are not mandatory. I cannot stress that enough. So, if you're watching this, don't get all hype, like, oh, I'm going to see all these videos. No, you're going to see mine. Like, I'm going to come through. And I will absolutely link my opponent's pages to you. If they don't upload, I mean, they don't have to. But, yep, that is the EMBA. This is our draft. Just these ones. Ignore everything under them. Oh, I missed Tube Socks and Ragamuffin. Ignore everything under these 2. But guys, that's going to do it for me. I need to get on this prep because I am battling. Technically, tomorrow it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So until next time, stay frosty.